Okay, today we're going to cover a couple other topics. The idea of the ordering on a number line. Okay, so that's where we're going to talk about inequalities and also absolute value and what it means. So the order on the number line. So when we look at remember, when we plot a point on the number line, that's a coordinate. And where it is on the number line, it's unique, right? So, but where you place numbers on the number line gives it automatic ordering to the number line. So it goes from least to greatest, from left to right. Okay, so if we have two numbers, two real numbers, so let's say we have two real numbers on the number line here, well, we can compare these two numbers by saying, hey, because this one is to the left of this number, we know that A is less than B. Or we can say that B is greater than A. So how do we do that? Symbolically, again, mathematicians, we are lazy, so we don't want to write everything down. We want to use symbols, so we use a lot of symbols. So we would say either A is less than B, or we can say B is greater than A. Okay? And then of course these are what we call strict inequalities because it doesn't allow for equal to. Okay? But in lots of cases, we would be interested in being equal to. Okay? So for example, I could say, what can I use here? Let's do this. Okay, I'll just put a real number C. So let's say we have a real number C. So I can say that C is between, right? So let's say I'm interested in all the different numbers here. So I could say C is between A and B. So that's another way to use inequalities. Okay? Now, if I'm interested in a range of values, let's say X, and I'm interested in all the values X that are between A and B, and including A and B. I want the possibility that X can equal A or B. So then what I can do is, this is between, right? So this does not include. So by the way, this might come up later, but I might as well just show you now. So if it's strict inequality and I want all values of X that are between A and B, well, since it's strict inequality, meaning I don't want to be equal A or B, I would put a hole. I would just put a circle here, and an open circle here, and I would connect these two. But what if I want to include the endpoints, and I want to include A and B, and I want to say, okay, it's okay if X equals A or B. Then what I would do is then I would just fill in these holes and just put a dot. Okay, so instead of an open circle, it would be a closed circle. Okay, and that's the idea of comparing on the number line. Okay, absolute value. Absolute value of a number. What does that mean? In words, what we're talking about is any number that you give me. If I want to take the absolute value of that number, I want the positive value. That's what the absolute value of a number means. It means whatever the value of the number, whatever the sign of the number is, I want that number to be positive. Okay? So if I want the absolute value of 5, that's 5. If I want the absolute value of negative 5, that's also 5. If I want the absolute value of negative 3, that's 3. If I want the absolute value of 3, that's also 3. Okay? So whatever value I stick into absolute value signs becomes positive. That's it. Whether it's positive or negative, it'll be positive. So the definition, the algebraic definition for absolute value is this. So, and again, in words, what I'm going to represent here in words, okay? So I'm representing what I just said in words here. So the absolute value A equals a piecewise function, means that if absolute value of A equals A if A is positive, right? So basically it's just going to stay the same. And the absolute value of A is going to equal the opposite of A if A is negative. So see how it's going to be the opposite of A? So if I have a negative number, I'm going to take the opposite of that and it's going to make it positive. So that's the definition of absolute value. Okay? That's it. Have a great day.